Good afternoon, Emma and Russell. Not Russell. Rufus, sorry. Nice of you to join us for this meeting. This is just a let you know how the termination and dismissal process has gone along and the policy. We will I'll tell you all about it, and if you have any questions, just sort of leave those to the end. Sort of get through this as quick as we can. This is just the termination dismissal procedure, so employees knows what happens once they have been terminated. We have good policies for bullying, anti-discrimination, misconduct. All these policies and procedures are reasons why employees are terminated. This is the policy to add on to these and to back up what is already there, and hopefully give us a benchmark standard in the industry, because not too many other coffee shops or industries will have this sort of policy into it. Hopefully when the employees read this, they can understand it and know what happens to them after being terminated, because it's not a good feeling once you're being dismissed, so this might just help them out a little bit. So it's pretty simple. Once the decision's been made, and that's more or less will be discussed between you two and the store manager. The store manager will come to you and give his what's the word I'm looking for? Can't think of it right off the top of my head. Give his point of view of what has happened and what needs to happen. You three of you will sit down and discuss that. Okay, yes, the employee needs to be terminated. Once that has happened, the store manager will come to me, HR manager, and start the process of terminating the employment of the employee, get the letters done, all the final wages and all this sort of stuff done. The termination letter will be written up immediately, and it will have reasons why they've been terminated. There'll be an end date of their working. So, depending if they need, we've given them 2 weeks' notice. That will be 2 weeks from the date we give them the letter. Now, they can choose to either finish up straight away and we pay them in lieu, or they can work through to the end of the termination. Unless, of course, they've been instantly dismissed for misconduct, theft, or stuff like that, then they'll be terminated and asked to leave that day. All their entitlements will still be owed to them. Any outstanding wages, annual leave, long service leave if they've been there that long, which hasn't happened yet. But we do have to make sure that all company property is returned by end of business that day or when they leave, and the termination has been lawful and it's been followed by the Fair Work Act, and we have written and documented everything. We also are to keep everything private and confidential, so it's just between us and the employee of what has happened, so it doesn't get out and about to the rest of the employees. I think that's that's the basics of it. So do you have any questions, Emma?
Yes. What issues do you see in implementing the new policy and procedure?
Good question. I don't foresee any issues with it. It's just a pretty straightforward, simple policy, which might not even happen if no one's ever terminated or we sack anyone. So, yeah. Yes, Rufus?
Do you see any risks if we don't implement the new strategies?
There is risk that if we don't follow the policy, we could be done for unfair dismissal. This just helps us cover our bases all the way along, from leading up to dismissal and after dismissal. So.
What timeframes do you envision for implementation and training?
The policy can be implemented straight away. We just got to print up some new employee handbooks, hand them out, have the employees read them and sign that they understand the new policy, and yeah, we're good to go. As long as we get your permission to sign off on it too.
What sorts of costs are expected?
I don't see any costs to this unless we stuff up and unfair dismiss someone, which shouldn't happen. And maybe just the cost of printing up some new employee handbooks.
Is there any training being conducted externally or by training companies?
At this time, I don't see the need for any training. It's we will be able to inform the staff of the policy, and when and if we need to terminate an employee, we can review it to see if there needs to be training done after that. Because it's, yeah, I think we'll be fine without any training.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.